Hello viewers, my name is AJ Kumar. I'm an accountant, a CPA at Sai CPA Services. We have an interesting episode for you today. This week we are talking about interesting tax court cases. I have several tax court cases that you will have a laugh at. So I'm going to try to make this case, it's not a funny thing. Getting a tax audit, getting a court case for the tax fraud is not funny. But for you as a viewer, we'll try to make it as light as possible. So the first case is about PPP loans. See, under COVID-19, a lot of benefits were given out. The government was desperately giving money out to all these small business owners. There was no real checking. So a lot of small business owners got more creative than necessary. This case is about PPP loan fraud. So this gentleman, and we are not disclosing the name over here, this gentleman had a lot of companies. He created the fake payroll records. And how do you create the fake payroll records? He downloaded the reports from the payroll system, edited the payroll reports in the PDF writer with the new EIN number, with the new company name, and submitted this information, making fake companies, fake reports, and giving his own bank information for each company. So how did he got caught? All these companies were funding the same bank account. I mean, if he had created a separate bank account for each company, it would be probably more difficult for the government to catch. But government found out that for 13 of these PPP loans, and each loan, one of these loans was as much as $400,000. He was having the money for these 13 PPP loan going into the same bank account. That's how the whole case came through. That's how he was caught. And when the government did the checking, did the due diligence, they found out that all these EIN numbers, all these corp numbers, they were made up numbers, and he was editing the payroll records on a PDF writer to create the PPP loan support to justify the loan. So please don't do it. It became really nonsense, and he had a tough situation in his hands. The next court case we want to talk about is EIDL court case. So this Oregon man got extremely creative. EIDL is Economic Injury Disaster Loan. Earlier, the government was giving $150,000 to any business. The conditions were your business have to be started prior to February 27th of 2020, meaning the business has to be in existence prior to COVID situation. So this gentleman created a lot of fake documents. He got a lot of new EINs for new companies. He edited the date on that EIN and submitted the document, and there was not a lot of scrutiny on the EIDL one. Based on these cases that we have seen for the EIDL one, a lot of these punishments that have happened for the EIDL one, now in EIDL extension, EIDL part 2, they made it mandatory that the loan cannot be disbursed unless they can verify the tax transcript from the IRS. So it became a huge deal. The fraud was he will create a lot of new EINs for his own company, and he will add it the year for the EIN number to justify, to show that this business was in existence prior to COVID-19, and will try to apply for a lot of these EIDL loans. So the fraud was that a lot of these EIDL loans were applied by editing the date on the EIN letter. So by applying such economic injury disaster loan, he was able to prove, and he got millions of dollars from the SBA. This loan came into fruition when they compared the social security number for the owner. They found that all these businesses, all these loan amounts were going into one social security number. So after much due diligence, they found out this business did not even exist, did not file the tax return for the year, because at that time the business did not exist. This gentleman was just editing the EIN date. There was no tax filing. There were no prior records with the IRS, with the state. So it became a big nuisance for this gentleman, and he is scheduled to go to jail. But now the new rule for the EIDL 2 is the SBA has to directly verify the information with IRS and get the tax transcript directly from the IRS. They are not getting the tax transcript from the taxpayer directly. They will have to collect this information from IRS, verify this information before they give the EIDL loan too. So we found it very interesting. It was not good. It created a problem for everybody else, but very creative. So this gentleman was helping a lot of small business owners getting the loan. So EIDL, PPP created an opportunity This person was not a CPA, not an attorney, not a tax preparer. He went door to door. First, he will try to see their record, collect the information. Then once he knew how much loan potentially they can get, he will try to get a contingent commission. He will try to negotiate with the small business owner. If you give me 5%, I can get you this much money. If you give me 10%, I'll get you more money. So the IRS had strict guidelines. SBA had strict commission guidelines as what you can collect, what you cannot collect from a small business owner. It was seen as taking advantage of the small business owners. This person was sentenced to 100 months of prison for defrauding the general public. So please don't do it. Stay on the right side. You do not want to be going against the IRS. You do not want to see the tax code. I know it. I do it for a living. Again, my name is AJ Kumar. I'm an accountant, a CPA. I hope you liked the episode. The episode was supposed to be more informative to make sure you understand what not to do more so than what to do. If you have any question, any concern, please do not hesitate to write to us. AJ Kumar, CPA.